Blessings and greetings, my angels. Thank you for joining me. This is Sacred Sagittarius, Angels Answers All, regarding your general weekly reading for the sign of Sagittarius. As we're getting towards the end of February, forgive my voice. I just put some incense out. I do cleanse in the space before I start, and it's a little early in the morning, so it might be too much. As I was praying over the message for this morning, I was guided to pull some cards regarding saints. This is a time of spiritual growth, for spiritual reflection for many of us as we celebrate the 40 days of Lent. So I wanted to introduce and bring forth Archangel, or Saint rather, Vincent de Paul, Archangel Michael, and Saint Valentine. Those were the three saints I was guided to. If they're not your particular saint, or if you want to know more about them, this is a great time for you to Google and look them up. Just like you have your guides and your angels, there are also saints that, have been commissioned to be saints to help us through our walk in life. Now, with Vincent de Paul, he worked with charity cases, the homeless, the ill, the sick, the downtrodden. He served the poor, those who were imprisoned and orphaned. So he was known more so as the apostle of charity. So when you need to be reminded of looking out for your fellow man, or those who are less despondent than yourself, or if you are someone who is poor in spirit or just physically poor, or if you're sick, you suffer with an illness, you feel orphaned, you don't know your origins, you're imprisoned, if you are literally imprisoned in a relationship or in prison, Vincent de Paul is a great saint that you can align yourself and pray to. Followed by the energies of Archangel Michael, which is a very common and probably one of the most popular saints next to St. Jude and St. Anthony. Archangel Michael with his sword will protect and cut out the negativity, the toxicity, or unwanted bad energy and juju that people might want to put upon you. Keep you from harm's way. Pray for protection along using your obsidian and your tourmaline and all your other crystals for protection. Archangel Michael is a beautiful saint that does ride in, and he's there to protect us day and night. So Archangel Michael, again, his color is red. He's symbolized by red. You adorn him with red roses or flowers. He loves that. Great patron saint when you feel in times of danger or you feel alone. Pray to him in the morning before you go out. Pray to him when you come back in, that your travels are safe, your commute is safe. And then finally with Saint Valentine. Saint Valentine, as I mentioned during Valentine's Day week, is actually, which again is debatable because history always is, right? With the people who researched it, we weren't there. But it has been said that Valentine's Day is originated from Saint Valentine. Now, Saint Valentine was a saint back in his time, it's told, that married off soldiers who, for whatever reason, didn't want to go to fight or be in battles because they had family or loved ones. They had a girlfriend, they had a spouse or soon-to-be spouse. He would marry military people, which was a way to detain them back then. Now it doesn't matter. But back then, I guess if you were married, you couldn't be called to duty. So he is known as the saint of love. So Saint Valentine is a good saint to pray to if you are in a relationship and you want to be bound together. You want to keep your marriage together. You want to work on your love and relationship. So Vincent de Paul, Archangel Michael, and Saint Valentine. Three saints this week that we are introducing for our protection, for our guidance, and as another source from the universe to help us along our journey. What is the affirmation for Sagittarius this week? I am attuned to the frequency of abundance. My art is harmonizing my frequency with the ever-flowing currents of the universe. I am attuned to the frequency of my abundance. I am a vessel for divine blessings. I feel blessed and ready to receive divine gifts, just as I know I have in the past. I am a vessel for divine blessings. I am in harmony with the universe's plan for me. My deepest desires are aligned with a higher intelligence. I am in harmony with the universe's plan for me. Now let's go to the tarot. As many of you know, I have many, many, when I say many, decks. And I do alternate. Sometimes I might alternate twice within a month. So this is a different version of the tarot. I'm using the Lizzie the Great Divine Starseed Goddess Tarot deck. Bought this many, many years ago. Remember, I've been on here many, many years, and a lot of the cards that I have, those creators probably don't even make decks anymore. The decks might be not be available, so that's why I don't really stress what decks I have, because a lot of them, you know, they're old. Okay. Let's see what we get for this week. We're starting out with the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Justice card. The Ten of Swords. The underlying message is the Two of Swords. Two of Swords, that's the card. And the thing about this deck, I like using various decks because with the Rider-Waite, you have the visual. But this, when you use these type of decks where it's just the print, it makes you think, it makes you use your intuition. And of course, that's really great when you're learning and when you're advanced in tarot as well. So with the Two of Swords, that's the card, right? Where she has the two swords, she's blindfolded. So this might be a week where you might be trying not to see a situation. You know something is occurring. You might find yourself in a situation, but you don't want to admit it to yourself. It's like running away from the truth, not looking at the red flags or signs. So you're blinded from the truth of a situation. You're not allowing yourself to see clearly what's going on in the situation or what might be occurring around you this week, Sagittarius. So you might be just playing a fool too. You might be playing someone, pretending like you don't know, but you do know what's going on. With the Knight of Pentacles, Justice, and the Ten of Swords, slow moving this week. This again could be tapping into this playing, you want to play blind, you want to play dumb, right? Sort of energy. So you're very slow moving in your calculated moves this week. You might be not wanting to show your hand or show your emotions to someone. You might be testing someone in a relationship or in a work or family situation. Some results that you're waiting for to come in regarding tests or your refunds, you know, replies to resumes are going to be very slow to come in. They're not going to come in at the time or speed that you would like them to. For some of you, this is a reminder to avoid quick money schemes. Fast money is not good money. It's better to earn it nice and slow. It will stay with you and be there for the purpose in which you intended it to. This week, some of you will be either in court, you might be standing in front of a judge on someone else's behalf as a witness. You could be writing out a victim statement or something like that, a complaint. This could be a divorce, a child support case, accident case, some type of legal case, whether you are in the case directly or, like I said, you might be a witness to it, but somehow your involvement is in it. It could be going before the judge this week, and there will be an answer, a determination, a decision, right? There could be an order, a final order on that this week. So the judge is going to be weighing in on the situation. For many of you, it might not be the ending that you would like to have, but an ending, yes, it will be. And the reason why you might not get the ending, or the ending will not be what you wanted it to be, whether it's for you or for someone else, like I said, that you're a witness to, is because there are people that might have lied, or people who said they were going to do one thing in this situation and they turned around and did something different. So there is some betrayal. Some people who said they were going to stand by your side or do something back out, or they do the opposite. Things go left. This week, a lot of you are looking forward to building and continuing to build out the progression of what you see for your life, how you want your money to be invested, where you're putting your energy spiritually and mentally. Others of you are waiting for the return of investments that you started a long time ago. Some of you might be switching accounts, withdrawing some of your investments to make big ticket purchases like a house or something. Be careful that you are not tricked into anything. Check all legal documents, because there are toxic people who are deceptive. There are scammers in the midst. So be careful, because this could be karmic energy around you. So watch what you're signing. Watch who you get into deals with. A lot of you enjoying time with your family. You're planning family vacations, family moves. Some of you are setting up trust and financial stockpiles for your family. You're making sure that your family is going to be good in times of difficulty. The middle of the deck with the Six of Cups. Something from the past could be coming up this week. A reminder of the past. You might run into a childhood friend, have a deja vu moment, or have a childhood memory. This could be something about a pleasant time in your life, and you giggle and you laugh. So it's good to reminisce about the past, and when certain things remind you of the past, it can bring you to a happy space. With the card, live within your means or die keeping up with the Joneses. Some of you, as you get your income tax returns or your holiday bonuses or whatever the case may be, performance raises, don't use it to keep up with your neighbors. I know a lot of people live in these big towns, Atlanta, this New York, Cali, where, people live bigger than life, and some of them can afford that. But if you can't, don't use the little bit of coins that you have coming in to compete with them, okay? Because you're only going to put yourself in debt. Live according to your income, what you can afford, what you truly desire. Don't watch what the other people across the road have. You don't know how they got it. You don't know if they're even sustaining it. It could be on borrowed time. So live within your means and stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Don't waste your gift. A lot of you have talents and skill sets, and you're doing everything else and not investing in your gift and in yourself. With the message, knowledge is the key, can open doors. The gift that you have could open up doors of opportunity. You could be struggling financially right at this moment as we speak, and you have a gift and talent that you refuse to use or won't acknowledge. Knowledge is the key. What knowledge do you have? What knowledge do you see and seek within you that you are not using that can open up doors for you? And then finally, not every battle is yours to fight or win. Sometimes we get caught up in our family or our lovers or our friends' situation. Don't answer every phone call. Learn to say no. You can't save the world. Not every battle is yours to fight. You can't fight other people's battles. You will end up being the loser. Fight your own fight and stay in your lane. Whoa. That was crazy, right? Well, I'm not even going to apologize to the universe, because that was the universe like saying, remember I just said stay in your lane? That's confirming. When you don't stay in your lane, when you get into other people's business, when you interject your energies, your thoughts into other people's situation, your world can come crumbling down. You could have a tower moment that you wasn't supposed to have, all because you interjected yourself into someone else's story. Some things some people have to go through, as painful as it is. And if you step in and stop their lesson from being learned, then it becomes a lesson that you have to learn. So that energy that you just felt there was the universe saying, yes, Sagi, we know you have good intentions. We know you're an empath. You care, you love. But there are some situations you just have to let people go through and just pray that they get the lesson. You can't save everyone from everything. So thank you, universe, even though that was a tumble there. I hope you got the message. With the energy of the butterfly this week, some of you need to pay attention to areas in your life. Yeah, pay attention to your life. Care about the people that you care about, but more importantly, make sure your grass is green. Pay attention to your life, your personality. There are some changes that are going through or need to go through that will be transforming. This growth is going to be beneficial to your future. So just like a butterfly earning its wings, changing, right, from a snail to a butterfly, you too are going to bloom and blossom. You have to be aware of your own growth. With the energy of the hawk and spirituality, try to fly above and beyond your day-to-day thoughts to observe them from a bird's eye view. Be in the peace and quiet of your mind. Trying to detach your thought patterns puts you in a better position to take messages from your spirit guides. What I said earlier with connecting with the saints and aligning yourself with your ancestors and your guides, you have to be spiritually open. You have to be able to open up your heart, your chakras, your energy to allow them to come in so you can hear and receive their blessings and messages. Also, we got the eagle. I'm going to take this as a reversal. So for some of you, you are not seeking the vision, you're not looking inward, you're not paying attention, you're not using your third eye. And then you wonder why things are not aligning in your life. An eagle has great vision. It has great foresight. You have lost your keen vision to adapt and to see. With the spider manifestation, you weave your web in life. What you see before you is the result of your thoughts. If your current reality doesn't suit you, then it's time to make changes because you created that situation. You thought it. You visualized it. It could be time for you, Sagittarius, to make changes through conscious manifestation. Your energy can bring in all you desire. So our thoughts can bring bad things into our life, and our thoughts can bring good things. Wherever your energy and your desire is, that is how it's going to manifest. So like the old adage says, be careful for what you pray or ask for. What other messages? Since this deck, which I was going to use in this reading, came tumbling down, let's see what other messages we get for this week. The worst. The worst is over. The worst is about to happen in a situation. It needs to happen so you can get past it. This is going to be a lesson to remind you to stay on target. You might suffer a loss, but again, it's all part of the plan of your growing lesson. And like I said, there will be a tower moment. Some of you are going to suffer tower moments. The people around you that you care about are going to suffer a tower moment. It's going to feel like their life is ruined. It's not. Trust me. Middle of the deck, unlikely ally. There's going to be ally. There's going to be someone that's going to come to you during your time of difficulty or when you need to be consoled. That is normally not the person that you would think would be in your corner. Set your sights high. Increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. A message that I say now and again throughout our readings, Sagittarius, set the bar high, but make it realistic. Don't lower your standards and never settle. Contemplation time. It's time to spend time alone, thinking and meditating. Like I said, if you're home today because of the snow and the bad weather, what a great time to take out a good book, have a nice cup of tea, snooze, relax, resurface yourself, bring fresh thoughts, and contemplate what it is you truly desire. And visualize that even through the ruins, you can come up like a rose. With father healing, your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. Some of you might be having challenges dealing with a father. You can have a father or grandfather that is ill or that you might not be talking to. You have some type of difference going on, or you missed your father. Your father or grandfather has already transitioned. Talk to them. Give the issue to God, to your angels, to your saints on how you can navigate through this situation regarding your father or grandfather. At the bottom of the deck, consult an expert. You may have to consult an expert in a particular situation. This week, you have some information, but it may not be valid, and it might not be all the information that you need. So when in doubt, get someone who is professional in that field. conditioning. As you have time to yourself, recondition your thoughts, recondition the way how you look at things. Look at your value that you put in life. Look at your priorities and your purpose. Your inner voice, many of you have silenced your inner voice, and you need to make it aloud. You need to speak to it. You need to receive it and believe in it. Trust. Trust your inner voice. Your inner voice can help you soar and help you manifest. Maturity. Through age and wisdom, you will mature. The way how you look at life, the way how you live your life as you get older will be quite different than when you were younger, but it comes with time and maturity. The last card we get is to give back. This week, Sagittarius, this could be the week where you need to cast aside yourself from your normal routines, right? Take a break, take some time to meditate, take some me time, and think about what your main purpose is. What do you think it is? What it is that you want to do? How should you serve? It's about giving back without any thoughts or hesitation, not having any expectations, or thinking or wondering what you will get in return. Try to reach out and be there for people. Touch other people's spirit. Hear their voice. Hear their worries. Hear their highs and lows, as it's highly likely that someone really needs it today. Think of the many times that someone came to you, right? Like that unlikely ally that came when you thought no one was going to help you out and you didn't know what to do. We got to pay that forward. Sometimes there are people in your life that need help. They're crying out for help, but not in the way that you recognize it. Take time to give back this week. Take time to pay it forward. Thank you for being with me for this weekly general reading. May you have a blessed and safe week. I hope everyone gets dug out the snow. Please be careful shoveling, especially if you're older or you physically can't do it. Let the young folks do it. If you live in a development, let the maintenance team do it. Be careful, be safe as you walk and go out into the world. Let your angels and guides protect and guide you, and take time for your peace of mind, for the mental satisfaction of your growth and purpose, to be able to tap into your intuition. Have that work-life balance so that you can think clearly and activate through this life process. Namaste, and just a reminder to visit me over at my second channel, Tigre and Tarot, where I do collective readings for the combined energies of all of the zodiac signs. God bless, and I'll see you back for the additional wrap-up readings that I'll be doing during the week to wrap up the February messages. Be blessed.